I don't know. Maybe it's me. But I could always find myself getting offended by certain things, especially when it comes to my kid. But I think that has a lot to do with, how people spoke of me and how people treated me as a little kid. As a little kid, you know, they used to say things like stupid and, oh, she gonna be just like her mother, and, or she just like her dad. And these were not things like, these were not compliments. They were not saying things like this to compliment me. They were saying these things to be harmful. And yes, to be disrespectful. Even though they didn't think that I would see it as disrespect. Maybe as a child I wouldn't, but one day I will. So, I do take offense to certain things. I do take offense to certain things. But it's not about me being in my feelings and things like that. Just like I said, I think that is just different for me because wait, I'm trying to see why this thing is going lower and lower. All right, it's back to where I need it to be. Yeah, man. It's just that people really disrespect women. They really disrespect babies. They did really disrespect the elderly. You feel me? They just do. They just like that. Um, and that's pretty much what that's all about. You know, that's just pretty much what that is all about. People are just like truly just disrespectful, and it's just some things that I'm just not going to tolerate. It's as a mother, it's a lot of things that I just have not been tolerating as a parent, as a woman, as an individual. Period. You feel me? It's a lot of things that I'm just not okay with. It's a lot. Um, earlier today I was talking to one of my son's doctors on the phone, and she wanted to give me a briefing about last night into this morning because I contacted her around the time that shifts was changing. So I contacted her just when shifts had changed, and she had just got back. She just had just got on. She had probably been on for at least 30 minutes or 19 minutes. I think it was 19 minutes when I had made that call because it was like 7:19 and they switch shifts. They do 7 to 7s. So not for nothing, I gave them a call and I was talking to the lady and I was like, yo, how's Weston doing? She was like, oh, he's doing okay. His night was pretty rough. Um, no, she's like, oh, he's doing okay right now, but this morning he was acting like a fool. And I'm like, acting like a fool. I don't know if it's okay for me to be offended by that, but I do get offended when they call my baby names. I don't like you calling my baby fool. I don't like you calling him idiot. I don't like that shit. I don't. I don't like that. And because the whole thing is this is my kid. And I won't even be able to say things about that kid or to him without someone thinking that I'm being too much of myself to my own son. People would see if I call my baby a fool, let me call my own child a fool, and they would say, "Oh, she's being abusive, or she's mistreating him, or listen to the way she talks to him." And I'm his mama. All right. So me as his mother, if I can't talk to him a certain type of way, not that I want to anyway, like I'd rather not call my baby, dirty names. You want to know what? And that has probably a lot to do with, the dirty names that my mom has called me. If my mother wasn't like a mean parent, if she wasn't somebody that was like homicidal and suicidal and hurtful and harmful, then I probably would think that it's regular and it's okay and it's normal. But I know better because I've been that person. I've been called stupid. I've been called fool and this that. And you know what? My grandma, which is Blessing's great grandma, she did not like stuff like that. She did not like stuff like that. You know? So now then I think about it and I'm like, okay, when I come in and I'm talking to her and she like, oh, he was just being angry. I'm like, okay, fool, angry. These are all distasteful words. These are all words that will make you think, well, what happens when a baby is acting a fool? What happens when a baby is being angry? What happens when you can't console him? What happens when, he's making you sweat too much? What happens? What happens when a baby demands a lot of your attention or too much of your attention, but you got other babies that you need to worry about? What happens? Is that when y'all decide to drug him? Is that when y'all decide to pump up the pressure on his machine? Is that when y'all decide to leave him alone and close the door and close the shades so won't nobody know what the hell is going on in this motherfucking room? I don't like it. I do not like it. I don't like it, and I want to have a conversation with the head nurse about this, because you know what? If I have to communicate with the man from internal affairs, it's going to be a situation. It's going to be a situation. I truly do feel like my son will be home by the end of this month. I do feel like that. I feel like Blessing will be home very, very soon. And I'm ready for that day. I am truly ready. I am truly ready. Because this is why I don't like my kid and other people care. Because just like when I said, I was like, oh, well, is he really being angry? She was like, you know, not necessarily that. He just, he just not consolable sometimes. And sometimes he does demand a lot of extra attention. So say that. Stop calling my baby angry when he's not an angry kid. You know who's angry? His mama. His mother is angry. My baby don't know nothing about anger. He don't know nothing about what his feelings and how he feel and what effects it has. Okay? His father was a cross addict. Maybe that's why my baby's so irritable. I didn't realize until I learned him that that he did certain things. And honestly, because he was so because I was worried about him, that's why I was doing my own thing. But honestly, even though I think she's okay as an individual. I do not want that lady working on my son. I don't. And another thing is, I want them to be careful about the conversations that they're sharing with each other when they're doing briefings with each other. Don't have that lady thinking that my son is acting up and all this and all that. So guess what? Guess what she gonna go into? She gonna go in thinking that she's dealing with an animal, because that's the picture you painted for her. It's not her fault. If I tell you that that's a bad kid, more than likely, most of the time, people try to provoke that kid or see how they could turn that, see if they could get that kid to be that person. And then when it don't happen, they be like, oh, well, they wasn't that kid to me. I did this and I did that. Nothing. People will do stuff though, just to bring you there. Just so they could say, oh, yeah, I know what she was talking about. See, I knew all along. Instead of letting them form their own opinion. So you know what's going to happen? The nurse that was here last night and the nurse that was here to give me the briefing and tell me what the other nurse said, both of them hoes is about to be removed from my baby's care. I don't want y'all caring for my kid, because y'all can't handle it. And y'all know how to talk about kids. Don't be running around spreading rumors about my son. And then when I come up in here, look at him. My baby's sleeping like an angel. So when I come up in here and I'm like, oh, that's not the kid that y'all were just talking about over the phone. And she was like, look at you, Blessing, you're making a liar out of me. He not making no liar out of you. You just talking like, you just like that. You're not allowing him to be an individual, being a human. Figure this thing out. This is a baby that you're talking about. A baby that can't tell you that he need a bottle. This is a baby that can't tell you that he needs a nap. This is a baby that can't tell you that he needs a passy. This is a baby that can't tell you that he needs a hug. Yes, we have a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. I'm telling you that right now. My baby about to be home in a second. And I'm happy about it. Can't wait. Can't wait. I cannot wait, honey. The only reason why I don't call internal affairs is because me calling them is going over the head nurse head. So I'm not going to just call that number that I do have saved in my phone, no matter if they erased it or not, and they need to put that number back on the board so they can know. I'm not tolerating it. I'm not tolerating it. I'm not. If these hoes want to have a job, then they're going to do their job, and they're going to do their job correctly. They're going to be professional about it, okay? They're going to be professional about it. because I learned professionalism through them. Okay?
Hey, booger. I'm gonna bump him back up to what he was, 35 or 36. Can do an extra. Probably because he's hanging there with his mouth open.
Yeah, I was wondering why that thing was beeping like that.
That probably could be part of it. Just because he's losing some of the flow out of his mouth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
That happens sometimes. You get a little slack jaw there. It's because he's resting so comfortably. I just bumped him up a little bit. We'll see how he does.
Alright.
Is he still not wanting this? Because you can try to give him his passy. I know he's like kind of asleep, but sometimes that kind of like creates, like kind of almost plugs
Close.
the
Okay,
hole
okay.
a little
I didn't
bit.
think that.
And see if
His lips dry.
there you go.
That's the thing.
You just need to plug that hole. He's smiling. Oh, you don't want
I was
that
about to say,
sharp,
he don't like
Bubby.
it.
That's okay.
Oh man, now you done started that, not me.
Big stretches.
Is that a stretch or is that the
I think he's stretching.
beginning?
Yeah, I know. Well,
Oh Lord, now.
I think he's stretching, but he might settle back down.
Oh gosh.
There we go. Look at you.
Blessing, you scary.
Like, don't wake him up.
I'm telling you, Blessing scary.
He is. When he's awake, he's a grouch. But yeah, that might help. If he does wake back up, that might help a little bit.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Man, I am offended. I get offended. But I'm gonna try my best not to take everything offensively. And I'm gonna try my best to let someone know that they offended me so they could first do something about it. I'm gonna try to be that person. I'm gonna try. Look at Blessing. I'm gonna try. Because I do feel like when I came in here with my energy, like I'm pretty sure they felt the energy. When I came in here, no matter what was the tone on the phone, even though it wasn't like a tone, it was like, words. And the words that they was using was setting the tone. Okay? So, that was that. But I want to say that I'm going to say that I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to let this all go. I'm gonna let this all go because this is the first time that this nurse has said something to offend me. And I think that she knows that she offended me. Because she's been being very, very nice to me since I questioned her about the words that she used. See, I didn't get at her when she said fool. I didn't get at her when she said that. I was just like, ugh. She better ask Nurse Sarah what happened when she called my baby an idiot. While they sitting there conversing about my baby behavior, they need to be conversing about what makes his mama act a fool, what makes his mama act like an idiot, what makes his mama get angry.